Welcome back into North Dakota. Today we are cooking with Cashway. Randall, I could kind of see what we're working on a little bit here, but why don't you tell everybody else?
And we're doing French fries.
Yes.
And we're doing homemade French fries.
That's a step above your normal French fries made at home.
So sometimes the most basic things are really fun to do.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
we've seen that plenty on this show.
And you know, really what I wanted to show is some of the steps to getting a very consistent French fry every time you do it. Now, you know, it really helps if you have a deep fryer where you can regulate the heat. If you don't, a candy thermometer or a thermometer that can go up to 350 degrees, because your normal thermometers cannot do that. So make sure that you have a special one. But this is really nice to use. Now, when I do this at home, I'm usually on the patio.
Okay, makes sense.
Or I'm in the garage.
Don't want to do it.
I don't want to necessarily do it at home. No, because you know it's just kind of a little strong.
Yeah.
So a couple of things about the potato itself. So I'm using a russet.
It's a big potato.
It's a big potato, yeah. Because what I want a nice long French fry, right? Yep. So I wash the potato. I make sure there's not any eyes or any kind of other markings, and then I put it on an apparatus like this called a mandolin. Now, you need to treat this with respect.
Definitely.
Yep. And so if you're going to do this with your kids, which I really want to encourage, or even just with friends, it's a lot of fun, but you need to kind of respect this part of it. Can you cut these by hand? Of course you can. Right.
They just won't be that uniform.
Right. And there's some other cutters that you could get, like you kind of drive the potato through it.
That aren't quite as intense as this.
Well, it's just that there's no guard on that. Like that's an OSHA nightmare, right? So what you want to do is after we get them cut, is you want to rinse them like 2 or 3 times under cold water. And just when you want to kind of go in there, fill it, rinse it, fill it, rinse it, fill it, rinse it.
Got it.
And then we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to put that water about 2 inches above the top surface there. And then I think that it's best to do that overnight. Okay. So if you want to do French fries for a group of people, I would probably start 2 days ahead. One day is the blanching or the cutting part. The second day would be the blanching part, and then the third day would actually be the finishing part.
Right, then you get to actually eat the fries that you've been working on for a couple days.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So now these have been soaked overnight. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're so strong. How did you? Okay.
It's the kale.
We'll talk. Oh, that's what it is. You're very strong now.
All right. So these have been soaked overnight, and then I drained them really, really good. Now this is a really important step because if you put a wet French fry into a fryer, it's going to get very violent. Okay. So even with that said, when you go to lower the French fries in there, just do it, slowly, and because it's going to start to boil up. And just have your hand on it, or if you're using a basket inside like a Dutch oven, just have control over it so that if it does start to boil over, just pull it up.
Don't just drop those in there.
So we're going to go 3 minutes. Okay. And that will probably go before we come back.
Gotcha.
So we're going to let that go for exactly 3 minutes. Okay. We're going to knock it onto a sheet tray that has a bit of a paper bag or paper towels. Okay. And then we're going to put that in the refrigerator. Okay. Okay. Then later we're going to finish the French fries. Okay. Okay.
Well, let's get those done, and then we'll finish them up when we come back. We're cooking with Cashway on North Dakota Today.